I was born in 1923 in small town Montana. I died in a car accident in 1961.
There's not really a way for you to prove that, aside from the fact that you unfortunately been ostracized from society.
It would be hard to fabricate everything that I can openly say about the life that I lived.
This is a real story from a real person. And thank you to the sponsor of this video, Leather Honey, for helping us make this all happen, but more on them later. So we got a call from an 18-year-old named Caden who said he found a Studebaker that was sitting for the last 43 years untouched. And after a 2-hour drive to Columbus, this beauty was already sitting outside. But here's the kicker. Caden sold his only running car because he wants to daily drive this Studebaker. Now what you heard at the beginning of the video is absolutely real. He's not an actor, and we have the full interview later on. But Caden is one of the most interesting people we've ever met. He lives like it's the 1940s, and he says he can remember a past life that he lived all the way up until 1961. So once we got back to the shop, we started with the interior, and while Mike was taking out the seats, he ran into a little bit of trouble because he couldn't get the bolts to move. They were completely seized, so he had to cut them out.
This bolt is as old as my grandmother, and it's been in here forever. It's rusted out of its mind. We can't get it out, so we're gonna have to cut it out.
As old as your grandmother? And with the bolts out, we were finally able to take the seats out, and thank God, because underneath, this car was a wreck. Really quickly, I wanted to say we're so close to 600,000 subscribers. We should hit it literally today. So check to make sure you're subscribed to our channel, and if you're not, hit that subscribe button, and you could quite possibly be our 600,000 subscriber.
Let's see if we could just pry this guy out. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Dude. Watch
That's
this.
disgusting. Oh. Dude, ew. That's gross.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Now, following the trend, we continued by taking everything out of the trunk, and this is where we started finding bones leading up to what you guys saw in the thumbnail of this video, which we still don't know what it is, but we're gonna let you see it for yourself.
Dude, I feel like an archaeologist in here with all these bones. Animals must have been living in here forever. Oh, there's a skull back there. Oh, I just crushed it. Oh my God, see this one?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
No, that's not an opossum. Is it? Might be.
Opossum or a little coon?
I think it's a iguanodon. There's another skull right here. This is a graveyard. Look at all these bones. Yeah, little mouse, big mouse.
Dude, if that's a mouse,
Dude, should we piece together the whole skeleton?
Probably could.
His arm.
So you guys tell us in the comments below, by what you just saw, what do you think that skeleton belonged to? Hey guys, we quickly wanted to say thank you to the sponsor of this video, Leather Honey. Since 1968, people who truly care about their leather have been trusting Leather Honey. Leather Honey's leather cleaner and conditioner work great on all types and colors of genuine leather. The leather cleaner can also be used on vinyl, plastic, rubber, and faux leather. Leather Honey understands the value of quality leather and how important it is to keep it looking like new. With over 50,000 5-star reviews, customers agree, making Leather Honey the #1 best-selling leather care products on Amazon, which is perfect because we have Leather Honey's complete leather care kit, which contains everything we need to make sure his new leather items stay looking new. Unlike other products on the market that just sit on the surface and evaporate quickly, Leather Honey leather conditioner is uniquely formulated to penetrate the leather to hydrate each individual fiber, which means just one application can last 6 months or longer. And they also have their leather care wipes, which include a cleaner and conditioner that leave no oily residue behind. So see all the way that Leather Honey's products can help prolong prolong the life of your leather by clicking the link in the description below and using the code DETAILING20 to save 20% on Leather Honey's complete leather care kit. Thank you again to Leather Honey for sponsoring this video. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do details like this absolutely for free or give these cars away. So we really appreciate it, and let's get back into this car. And now for the winner of the oddest place a mouse nest can be award, the gas tank. Never seen that before. And now with the mouse nests eradicated, get it, we're gonna go ahead and start working on the exterior of the car. And make sure you keep watching, because at some point I am gonna let you watch Caden's interview. And if you look through the windshield here, you can see that the headliner's falling down, and that begs the question to you guys. Do you guys think this is a car that's worth rebuilding and getting back on the road, or is it more of a parts car?
All right, so as you guys can see, this car is, it needs a lot. It's amazing that Caden has such an affinity for 40s cars, but he has his work cut out for him. As detailers, there's only so much that we're able to do, but we're gonna try our best to at least give him, you know, a head start in his restoration process. So the paint, I'm guessing, is lacquer. Looks like it was repainted. That's why we have green poking through in a couple spots. Obviously a lot of scratches and rust that's poking through as well. But I know I can make it shiny, so at least it'll look kind of cool, maybe like a rat rod vibe. The engine is likely gonna need a full rebuild. I actually popped one of the spark plugs out on accident while washing it and saw that it was very rusty inside. So probably gonna need to do a full rebuild or engine swap. We had to pretty much gut. We have the headliner that's hanging. This was ripping apart when I was vacuuming, so I really don't even want to touch any of that anymore. So we're probably just gonna take the extractor and try and clean up these door panels, lightly go over the seats, because again, the fabric is just falling apart, and there's so much rust even on the metal interior trim pieces that, you know, really all we can do is wipe it down. I think it looks cool as is. For his sake, I hope mechanically he can make it sound and safe to drive. He wants to daily drive it, which I think's crazy, but freaking cool, and we're gonna try our best to help him in the small way that we can.
And Caden called us, so we took a little break and we finally got a chance to talk to him.
Man, you are very neat and organized, Caden.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I keep everything in pretty tip-top shape around here.
So this is the typewriter that you click-clack away on?
Yes, one of. I have a portable in the wardrobe.
Where's your old school television?
In the garage. I need to fix it again.
Ah, gotcha. Those old tube TVs, they probably take a lot of maintenance to keep them going.
Oh, I just need to do a full restoration on it and stop trying to use it as is.
I mean, obviously you have such an affinity for, you know, such classic memorabilia, cars and whatnot, obviously attire. Where does that all come from?
Like kindergarten, first grade, I was obsessed with antiques. I never understood anything new, never caught on to a trend.
And there was no defining person or experience that really set the tone for your interest in that?
No, I just always was drawn to it. I never understood new stuff.
Huh. Where do you think that comes from?
Maybe a past life or something.
Later, after the cameras cut, he told us that he remembered a past life and was willing to talk about it on camera, so here it is.
Some details from your past life, as you've told us that you remember the whole life.
I remember an entire life, and that is the reason that I connect so well to this and all of this era and all the things from it. So I don't have the understanding of modern things, and having the full memory that I do strongly affects my ability to go through daily life because I have a harder time coping with modern things. My name was Donnie, and I was born in 1923 in small town Montana, and I died in a car accident in 1961. I was married with 2 kids, owned a small house. I just lived a small town life. I was actually a door-to-door car salesman for Ford at the time. That was my life. I got married in 1943 to my wife, Dolores. She was my high school sweetheart. And we ended up having 2 kids. We had my daughter, Delilah, in 1949, and my son, Atlee, in 1952. We ended up passing in a car accident as a family. We went off the side of the road after getting a flat tire in our 1940 Ford Deluxe station wagon. Yeah, that's how that ended. I can recall everything down to the floor plan to my house and really most of the layout of the town. Well into maybe the mid-30s, we didn't even have a car. I do remember a time when the majority of the area that I lived in, people did not have cars. And I also remember the first television that came into our small town. All of these things that people take for granted nowadays, and all of these things that seem so normal to the world now, they were once very extravagant things to the world and meant so much more than they do now. And I feel like that's one of the reasons that I can't connect to the things of today, is because of how caught up I am still on the things of then.
Obviously, many people are going to say that this is fabricated, this is acting, or some form of attention-seeking behavior. There's not really a way for you to prove that, aside from the fact that you've unfortunately been ostracized from society today because of how much you are affiliated with that time period you know, your past life. How do you feel comfortable speaking this to the world, you know, through our YouTube page? And I guess what would you say to prove that this is something that you're actually experiencing?
It would be hard to fabricate everything that I can openly say about the life that I lived. It would be hard to fabricate the entire floor plan to a house and an entire lifetime worth of road trips and family things that I did with my kids or my parents growing up. The stories I have, I can tell you about my first car and how I got it, the miles I put on it and what I did. And I can tell you the years of my children's births, and yeah, I have so many stories of everything and so much detail. I don't see how it would be possible to come up with that and state that without being very certain of your memory. And another thing is the accuracy to the time period is, I'm not really on the internet. I don't even have the exposure to do the research on this time period to have things done as accurate as I do. Because I was there, I remember it. Who am I supposed to say this to? Who would I have sat down and memorized every bit of this to tell it to? I'm not on the internet, and I don't really talk to very many people. Who would my target attention grabber be to come up with this? And I don't speak this publicly very often. It's generally with only people that I'm very close to, and it happened to come up with RJ here, but I don't talk about this publicly. This is the first time that I'm doing that, and it's feels a bit weird too, but I think it's important that maybe some people see it. Maybe it'll get somebody else to put their story out there.
So there you have it, and I do want to mention that was a lot longer of a conversation. I had to cut most of it down. We ended up talking to him for probably 40 minutes about this, but I mean, I've never met someone like this before. I don't even know what you would call it, so I can't really comment on it. I can't lie, I kind of put a little extra oomph into the steering wheel, and I definitely brought that chrome back to life. And for the paint, all it took was a one-step polish and it came right back to life. Check it out. What do you think?
Oh, she is beautiful. Shined up pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, she did.
That old lacquer, it doesn't take too much to get her shining again, huh?
No.
To get the full exterior.
You can see coming through here, the original paint on these rims had some pinstriping too. Maybe I'll have to redo it like that as I fix this thing up. You can see the old layers of paint through here.
You got your work cut out for you, sir. But
yeah, this is gonna be a daily driver, but it seems like it's a long ways away from.
hopefully get it to dryer first, and then daily.
Overall, what do you think?
I love it.
Are you happy?
I am very happy.
That's all we care about.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed meeting Caden and hearing his story. This was definitely different than most videos that we do, but we really enjoyed it. The reason why we love what we do is because we work with cool cars and cool people and get to make a lot of friends along the way, and it would not be possible without you guys. So if you would like us to continue, if you'd like to see more of these videos, hit subscribe and hit the like button to help us reach more people. And yeah, we can't thank you guys enough. This is a very cool job that we get to share, me and Brett. So thank you guys for that, and we will catch you next week.